Hi. Have you ever done something and afterwards it was the worst thing you've ever done? It was the biggest mistake you've made? I have. I've done it several times, never thought about it, just thought it was a good idea. I mean, after all, what could go wrong, right? And it did. And it went wrong in a very miserable way. There's a story in Joshua chapter 9 about the Gibeons that came into the camp, and they came in with this ruse of, well, we have traveled so far. I mean, look, the bread we have is so moldy, and it was hot out of the oven when we packed it. Our wineskins are cracking, and it's because we have traveled from such a great distance. Well, Joshua and the leaders, they believed him. They believed him, and they wound up entering into a covenant with them whereby they would protect them. They would be their ally. Well, then Joshua and the others found out that the people had lied. The interesting part to me is that it says in the scriptures that Joshua and the leaders never consulted God. They just said, this sounds like a good idea, let's do it. And you see, that's the problem. God wants us to consult him. He wants us to pray about things and seek his wisdom. I can tell you that I don't always do that, and I have gotten myself into trouble. Had I consulted God, I'm sure I would have gotten the right answer that it was not wise to go and make that decision. But like the Israelites, I have done that, and I'm sure you have too. The thing I want you to think about is being and getting into the practice of asking God first before you make the decision. I think we would be better off in the long run. You see, one of the things is that the journey of life, there's a lot of unknowns in it. And the problem with unknowns is that we don't see around the corner. We don't see the deception. We don't see the traps, but they're there. And we would save ourselves a lot of grief if we would learn to seek out godly counsel and godly wisdom before we set out off on the journey, before we made the decision to do something that was not ultimately going to be in our best interest. My challenge to you and today is simple. Think about first what you're doing before you do it. Engage the brain. Think about it. And ask God, God, what do you think about it? You might find that the thing that you think is such a great idea has a bottomless pit to it. Think about that today, would you? Hey, until next time, God bless.